So first of all, this is not your typical presentation that we are used to. We were given special permission to do a B2B business pitch approach as opposed to a Kickstarter. It just works a little bit better for our business model. So keep that in mind as you are paying attention to our presentation. So first of all, currently the payment process at dispensaries sucks. But why does it suck? That's because firstly, cards aren't widely accepted. Card processors like MasterCard and Visa classify otherwise legal cannabis purchases as high risk, meaning that they can impose fees as high as 3%, and then merchants risk being flagged and blacklisted from ever using card services in the future. And if they are banned, they actually can retroactively revoke their revenue. So unfortunately, cash is still king. Due to these limitations, businesses are forced to rely on cash, which inconveniences customers. Businesses often have ATMs inside with high fees, and this also raises security concerns because you don't want to be putting your card in random ATMs. According to a Cash App study, 53% of Gen Z uses cash as a last resort payment method, meaning that it's not something that most of us carry around, even on the daily. So having to get this cash to purchase these products is highly inconvenient. So how can we improve this process? We plan to leverage digital disruption to innovate this industry and bring the payment process to the future. So our solution is BudPay. BudPay is a cryptocurrency-backed payment platform for cannabis dispensaries that streamlines purchases by creating a local business network and bypassing traditional financial system restrictions. So more about our concept. We plan to partner with local dispensaries to form coalitions for institutional strength and widespread adoption. These coalitions will offer a unified card to use at all locations in that network. The cards will hold a cryptocurrency that will pay for the transactions at these businesses. This will integrate their payment process into their already existing POS systems to instantaneously convert their crypto into USD to eliminate the volatility. This is all put together in a completely beginner-friendly app that prioritizes security and user experience to simplify the process. So looking at a quick SWOT for the strengths, we plan to bypass traditional banking restrictions. We also are going to create institutional strength using the local coalitions. And we are going to be using the instantaneous crypto to USD conversion. For the opportunities, we have high demand in a market currently plagued by cash and fees, so we have an opportunity to beat out the other services. This also will enhance the customer payment experience for everyone involved. Weaknesses, I have an error there, I apologize. For the threats, obviously we have competition. There are not many, but there are few proprietary crypto systems, but ours is going to be built specifically for different locations, and it will be more adaptable as compared to the proprietary systems. There also are point of banking systems, which actually access your bank account right at the POS system, which obviously saying that out loud sounds kind of insecure. So definitely our system is a little bit more secure than that. And of course, there are potential regulatory hurdles due to digital currencies, but because we are so early in development and also in this industry, we plan to beat that out. Moving on to Angelina.
Moving on to our target audience, who is this for? We want to start off with Marquette dispensaries and expand to the rest of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. This is ideal for dispensaries with multiple locations and those that are tech savvy and also the smaller scale businesses. This fits the need for a cashless, easy, and reliable payment method. And we also want to target those dispensaries who are typically looking at that customer experience. The onboarding process is simple and easy, and we want companies that are really into technological and economic evolution, and they're motivated by tools that increase their customer experience. And the market opportunity. So there's a big industry need. Each year, Michigan cannabis sales continue increasing. Many card carriers, as said before, do not allow purchases this way. So dispensaries still face major cash handling challenges. A lot of the time, people will walk in dispensaries and see that they can only use ATM and walk right out. There's a lack of cannabis-specific design within the crypto network. Volatility and proprietary coins create adoption barriers. And businesses want simple USD conversion without the risk. There's a strong demand for this reliable payment tech system. And for our market validation and competitors, Budbo is a proprietary crypto and isn't payment specialized. Dutchy is a pay-by-bank service, but many banks also do not allow this. And there's no existing systems that offer coalition-based acceptance. BudPay fills the gaps with open source, customer first, and community adoption. There's a clear differentiation between our competitors because of the USB conversion and the dispensary-centric design. So as you'll hear in the future, we work with dispensaries. Existing payment tools are not built for cannabis workflows, so their in-house systems just don't work well with crypto systems that are available now. And the current crypto platforms aren't community focused.
Alright, and so for the budgeting goes, for the funding goal, we're looking at $75,000, which is, I know you're high, but that includes app development, expansion prep, and unexpected expenses. Now, to break this down, development will cost $50,000. That will be app architecture, blockchain integration, security compliance setup, and infrastructure. Expansion prep is $15,000. That will be for later when we expand to like other locations. And unexpected expenses, we're putting it out $10,000 for that. Alright, so for the ongoing cost, this will include annual maintenance, updates and patches, coalition support services, cyber insurance, deferred infrastructure compliance, which I said before for the expansion. And for the year one, our annual total will be $20,000. Year two is $11,000, and year three is $11,500. So for our revenue, now our revenue will include coalition setup fees, transaction processing fees, which will be 0.5% each transaction, and licensing and customization fees, which we will start at $3,000 in year one. Now, for year one total, the deferred one, that will be for those who buys our tier 3, which we will include like that later. And our annual total for year one is $19,500, year two is $81,000, and year three is $157,000. Now, internal rate of return is 74%. Most internal rate of return is considered good between 10 to 15%. However, I do know like companies like Exxon does not look at projects below 30%. And so 74% will look good and will put confidence into our investors. Now, for the timeline, we will start at alpha development, which will be core app and wallet architecture and all that. Phase 2 will be alpha testing, control testers, bug fixes, and refinement. Full production build will be on phase 3. Phase 4 will be beta launch, which will be the pilot rollout in Marquette area, and real-world testing, feedback integration. And the phase 1 to phase 4 will be around a year to take. And then for our community launch after the phase 4, that's when we'll start expanding to the nominees, St. Marie, and all of that. So for a team, we do need a team to make this happen, and so we still need to like hire these teams out. So we just need what we need right now. So the team will include a technical lead, a product architect, infrastructure and cloud specialist, a business and coalition strategies, and an operation and compliance advisor.
Moving on to our backer perks. This is our media kit and launch swag. We have a t-shirt. We also have we proudly accept BudPay sticker for their doors, lighters that they can have during launch week to hand out to guests, stickers as well, which serve as free advertisement. We have posters that they can put next to their ATM so someone can see that and then decide to download BudPay instead. We have a Bud Tender training guide just so that way the employees will be able to answer any questions regarding the app. And then we also have download now little postcards that they can take during the first week and beyond, just so that way people can take that card home, look up more what BudPay is about, and scan that QR code and download. Moving on to our support tiers. We have Amethyst, Peridot, and Emerald inspired by our color palette that was sampled from an actual cannabis pit. We have a $13,000 investment, which is a transaction fee they pay of 0.5%, coalition fee of $1,300 per location annually. And their perks include BudPay access, the media kit, intro booklet, and starter swag. Moving on to our $17,000 investment, it's going to be the same thing they pay out and the same perks. However, they get beta access, which is early access to the software. They also get to be included in feedback sessions and surveys with BudPay reps. Moving on to Emerald level, which is a $20,000 investment. They have the transaction fee the same, but they have no coalition fee for the first year and 2% equity within BudPay. The perks are all the same as well, but they also get early access to future updates, custom marketing designer for launch, so that way they can have collaboration designs and collab launch week shirts and branding assets.
Alright, so moving on to our app concept for the customer, we have a Figma prototype. If anyone feels interested in scanning this to explore it a little bit, should work on your phone, so I'll hold for a second. Alright, so I'll go through some of the core screens that we have here and kind of explain what we're looking at. So the first one on the left there is the home screen. That is obviously all the quick access information, going to hold the cards, quick access to the rewards, and other deals that are going on currently at the dispensaries near them. When they click on the card screen, they'll have access to all of the different cards for the local businesses. So as you know, we have different cards for different areas. So the Marquette one would be available at all dispensaries in Marquette, and then in year 2, we plan to expand that to Menominee and Sault Ste. Marie. Once you click on the card detail, you'll get more information about the actual card itself. You get the ability to deposit and withdraw at any time, which is a great feature. Obviously pay and see those transactions, and you can also explore trending locations near you that are on the card. We also feature some of the current promotions that they are offering at each location. Then onto some other detail screens. On the left here, you see where you will be depositing into the card. So you can use that through Apple Pay, or I'm sure we'll have other options available for people who don't have that. But you'll see the instantaneous conversion from USD into the crypto of choice of the coalition. Right now we're using USD, which is a Tether coin. And then for the rewards, we plan to integrate a simple reward system, nothing too complicated, just points-based. So those points will be shared between all the locations in the coalition, and then the points themselves can be redeemed for individual rewards at individual locations. For example, we have one for Fire Station on the Sault Ste. Marie card right now. For the actual payment process, it'll be similar to other apps where you pull up a QR code and then they scan the QR code to pair your payment method to the transaction. We plan to integrate the BudPay Connect app, which is an extension for Square and other POS systems, which will already integrate into their existing systems so they don't have to change anything around. All they have to do is ring everything up, go to the Connect app, and they scan the payment method and it handles the transaction right there.
Okay, next we're going to get into our marketing and promotion strategy. As we mentioned, we're B2B, so we're going to be targeting local dispensaries with webinars, informational videos, and roundtable discussions. And then moving on to promotional plans for consumers, our goal with this is we want to show examples of how BudPay would benefit businesses by appealing to their customers. So we do this by targeting loyal customers and discount shoppers, as those are the 2 most likely groups that would be using the BudPay app. We target them through permission marketing and email campaigns. And then meet our target persona, Matt Smith. He's 23 years old, an accountant from Marquette, Michigan, enjoys anything outdoors, rock climbing, hiking, biking, and spending time with friends. His 2 pain points lie in taking cash out and ATM fees. And then here's an example of an email campaign that we would use. The subject line is cashless, easy, reliable BudPay, which is also our slogan. And the email contents would contain things that directly address pain points and interests. So for our permission marketing campaign, we'll use Fire Station as an example. Fire Station would post something to their social media saying, oh, here's a deal we have going on, or here's a giveaway. This would prompt users to the website where they get a pop-up to enter their email. And what's special about BudPay is with that email pop-up, there'd be a drop-down menu where you can select different dispensaries that you want to receive emails from specifically. And then this would personalize the customer experience. And as well as that, we would like to use AI data to see what specific products customers are going to be looking at, and only target those products to them so they're not seeing emails or notifications about things that they don't really care about. This would create more of a brand-consumer bond. And then in the next slide, we've got a video that would be using geofencing targeting to show to customers. We are cashless, easy, reliable BudPay. Thank you guys for listening, and we hope you invest.